Be prepared to acquire the zipline handle by the end of round 6. Have at least one player possess the Wonder Waft by the end of round 9. Open all doors and clear all paths with dynamite by the end of round 12. Possess 2 fully pack-a-punched weapons at the end of round 17. Stand in the spotlight from the lighthouse to be able to attack enemies on round 21. And use unpacked sniper rifles only on round 27. Enjoy the guide, everybody. What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and today I'm going to be helping you guys complete the Toten Gauntlet known as an Ice Day in Hell. Now, as a bit of a precaution, you do have to complete quite a few side quests in this match besides the yellow snowballs or the tundra gun, but you do have to complete all totem challenges, get a Wonder Waft from either the box or from the side quest, and you have to craft dynamite to blow up all those paths, and even craft the heat pack itself. But we did every side quest in our match just as a precaution before we knew what these challenges were. But without further ado, round number 1, players can only attack when standing in freezing water. So stand anywhere here at spawn in the water, of course, and burn through the entire round. For round number 2, slowly take damage if not inside the lighthouse or lighthouse station. So you can open up the door to the right of spawn and make your way up to the lighthouse from there and just burn the rest of the round in that area. For round number 3, use unpacked pistols only. So I recommend starting off with either a Welling or a Strife and burning through the rest of the round with that starting weapon, whatever you guys choose. Then for round number 4, zombies can only be damaged while much higher than them. So this isn't too strict of a challenge. You can be literally anywhere as long as it's a little bit higher than the zombie and you can do as much damage as you want to them. Be at the top of the stairs or on top of an iceberg and have the zombies kind of a little bit below you and you can do all the damage you guys want. But for round number 5, survive a horde of electric zombies. Just make sure you don't get cornered by them because you will get insta-down. But similar to the side quest on Toten where you can actually survive against a full horde of these electric zombies to get yourselves a free perk. Not too difficult, especially on a low round like this. But for round number 6, acquire the zipline handle by the end of the round. So if you don't know how to find the zipline cranks and align the ziplines themselves to get your hands on the handle from Pablo, I'll have a guide to that down below in the description, but only takes a couple of minutes. And at this point too, you should start going for some of the totem challenges and going for some other little side quests you do have to do, like the dynamite or the heat pack. Whatever you can do, especially if you have a shopping free, you can burn through a lot of those side quests pretty quickly. But for round number 7, no health regeneration. So if you have a shield at this point, that'll really help you out, but you don't need an elixir like talking about regeneration. Just train up, make sure you don't get hit because you won't regenerate any health, and just play very precisely. Now for round number 8, complete 1 challenge totem by the end of this round. So at this point, you should start burning through your second or third totem challenge just to make sure that you get them all done before you need them to be, and so you can also focus more time on the other side quests you need to do. But if you want a full guide on how to complete every totem challenge in tag, I'll have that guide linked down below in the description. But for round number 9, at least one player must possess the Wonder Waft by the end of the round. So you could use fire sales, try to get it out of the box that way. It was pretty common in our match. Or you could do the short side quest, which involves an icicle and some souls. If you don't know how to do that, I'll have that tutorial also linked down below. But for round number 10, defend the lighthouse station. And if you want to, you could start the totem challenge located here in the lighthouse station and burn through those challenges while you're finishing off the round in this area. Just a recommendation so you guys can be more efficient and a lot quicker with your playthrough. But at this point, congratulations, you've completed the first 10 rounds of the Toten Gauntlet, giving you guys the bronze calling card. But for round number 11, craft a heat pack by the end of the round. Another tutorial that I'll have linked down below in the description if you don't know how to actually craft a heat pack. It only involves you using the flinger at facility a couple of times to land on the parts to be able to craft a heat pack. But for round number 12, must open all doors and clear all paths by the end of the round. This does include the paths for the dynamite charges, so you should start going for dynamite as early as possible when those flaming zombies do spawn. Kill them with snowballs, get dynamite parts. I'll have another tutorial for that down below if you don't know how to actually unlock some of these paths around the map. There's 28 doors / paths total, so keep that in mind. Now for round number 13, kill enemies with flingers. It's definitely not that many enemies, so you can utilize the flinger that's on the boat or the flinger that's at the facility, whatever you guys choose. If you're in a 2-player game, you can be more efficient by taking turns at each one, whatever you guys choose. But for round number 14, complete 2 challenge totems by the end of this round. So again, recommendation from earlier, from the first time you had to do a totem challenge on round 8, start burning through like 3 or 4 of them as fast as you can so that you don't have to worry about anything at this point in time. You can just save up your money, keep killing zombies, and increase your setup a little bit more depending on what you're running. But for round number 15, defend the frozen crevice. So another very easy defense round. And this gauntlet honestly doesn't have too many unique challenges. Most of them are actually taken from the main map with a side quest or just from other gauntlets entirely. Nothing is really original about this gauntlet, to be honest with you. But for round number 16, use unpacked tactical rifles only. So we have the auger, the swordfish, whatever you guys want to use. And again, they have to be unpacked, so make sure you run some really efficient trains to make sure you get some good headshots and put in as much damage as you can with these unpacked weapons. And also a reminder, you could have used golden pack at any point in this match, but I decided to go there later on. It isn't actually required for any of the challenges of the gauntlet, but it is good to save a bunch of points and max out your weapons with only 5k points. But for round number 17, possess 2 fully packed weapons at the end of the round. So this could be an opportunity to go to golden pack, or maybe at this point you already have 2 fully packed weapons. But it was a little buggy in my game where I didn't have a fully packed second weapon, but I still had a check mark. I'd still recommend fully packing that other weapon and saving up as many points as you can up until this point. There aren't any rounds in this gauntlet where you're going to be drained of your points or robbed or anything, so just a good reminder for all of you guys out there. But for round number 18, complete 3 challenge totems by the end of the round. Again, we were pretty much already done with most of this even before we needed to be, so another very simple round, just utilizing the totem challenges on tagged or Toten. For round number 19, use snowballs only. Keep in mind, this is going to be a dog round, so the regular snowballs already insta-kill them if you get a headshot on them, so you don't need yellow snowballs, but I'd recommend still getting them if you know the quest very well. They're just fun to go for and are helpful if you ever get cornered without any ammo. Yellow snowballs come in clutch and are a one-hit until I think past round 30, so you don't need to get them, but regular snowballs still work just as fine on this dog round. As of right now, I believe it's always going to be a dog round around 19, so you don't have to worry too much about bringing insta-kills or anything else. But for round number 20, defend navigation. Another very simple round. Use everything you got, utilize your specialist, whatever weapons you might have. I went for the Tundra Gun in my match because I was running PhD, so another easy side quest you could do, even if you don't need to do it for the gauntlet. Still good to have on you if you have PhD, of course. But at this point, congratulations, you've completed 20 rounds of the Tag or Toten Gauntlet, giving you guys the silver calling card here for the map. Now for round 21, you can only attack while standing in the lighthouse spotlight. So this kind of reminds me of the challenge from the Dead of the Night Gauntlet, where you had to stay close to a ghost to avoid taking damage, except this variation of that challenge involves you staying in the spotlight to be able and shoot, because if you're not in the spotlight, you're stuck. And Quantum and I both got stuck a couple of times throughout this challenge, but luckily we were close enough to each other to be able to help each other out. So kind of scary, but also remember, when the spotlight goes like above that iceberg near the beach, you have to go all the way around and meet the spotlight, and then again when it goes to the top of the other iceberg towards the lighthouse area, you have to swim underwater and get to it on the other side. So just really be aware of what you're doing. If you have anywhere but here, that would be helpful in case you guys got cornered because you can't do anything. But as long as you guys are efficient as a team, or if you're on solo, just be as fast as you can getting to that spotlight. But for round number 22, complete 4 challenge totems by the end of this round. You guys could probably have this done by now and have a free Thunder Gun, so not too hard whatsoever. But for round number 23, hunt down and open the mystery box 6 times this round. Fire sale disabled. So another challenge taken from the gauntlet on Classified, known as DEFCON 5, except this time on Tag, you could actually see where the box is based on the light in the sky, whereas in Classified, you had to look at the TV monitors to see exactly where the box had spawned. So this one takes a couple of minutes, not too difficult whatsoever. But for round number 24, kill zombies while they are using zip lines. So I read this wrong when I was in game, and I thought you can only kill them when they're riding zip lines, but no, it's not that difficult. You just have to get about, I think it's 25 kills while they're riding the zip line. Not too hard whatsoever. You can still kill the zombies regularly even when they're not riding zip lines, so that's a relief. It could have been a lot harder, but maybe if they ever add a hardcore Tag or Toten Gauntlet, that's probably what the challenge might be, as a bit of a variation. But for round number 25, defend the forecast, another very easy and a bit lazy challenge in my opinion. Nothing too difficult whatsoever if you guys are set up in at this point. We ran Perkaholics, Shopping Freeze, really OP setups, to be honest with you. So we were absolutely maxed out by this point in the game, especially with a lot of points too. But for round number 26, complete 5 challenge totems by the end of the round. The final round where you have to have all totem challenges complete, and you of course get a free thunder gun by doing so. So that's pretty cool. Now for round number 27, you use unpacked sniper rifles only. Now you could of course use the beefed up Kashka if you have attachments on it. It's a wall by it facility, or you could run temporal and insta-kill with whatever snipers you guys have. But we found another strategy that's very interesting. For some reason, the Wunderwaffe is considered a sniper rifle on this gauntlet. Maybe they'll patch it and take that ability away later, but maybe it was intended to have the Wunderwaffe as usable throughout this round. So take advantage of it while you guys can. Hopefully you guys can do this before they end up fixing it later, if that's the case, if it was a mistake. But it is a big boost over a regular sniper, and if you have max ammos or something laying around, you could keep using the Wunderwaffe for the remainder of the round. But hopefully at this point you didn't get rid of it, because you needed it, I think it was like 10 rounds ago, and it's not very good, so people usually don't keep it throughout their game of tag. But hey, if you still have it, you can still use it, so that's great. But for round number 28, we have defend the beach while avoiding Apothecary blood. So you have one zombie glowing red. Don't let him touch you, because I'm not sure what happens, but maybe it gives you a strike similar to the challenge from, I think it was Alpha Omega's gauntlet, where a mannequin is kind of looking right at you, and if he touches you, you get a strike. So you're gonna have to make sure that you train around him and avoid that specific zombie. So if you have monkeys, that's also very useful for the remainder of the round. Just burn through all the zombies, and that Apothecary blood will die out by the very end. But for round number 29, getting very close to the end here, sprint to avoid health drain. Slower movement drains health faster. So as you can see, the map has turned into that really cool lava version of Tagger Toten that we can see at the ending of the main Easter egg for this map. So you get to enjoy a nice aesthetic for the last 2 rounds of the gauntlet itself. If you have talking about regeneration as an elixir, you could just pop that and burn through the rest of the round that way. But if you don't, just make sure you have a shield on your back and you're watching your health at all times. Only stop when you're gonna shoot, or maybe throw a monkey or a Samantha box. You could also do Samantha boxes in this gauntlet, but it's not required. So if you're running a Tundra gun or a Thunder gun, when you do stop, just blow through a whole train with that Wonder Weapon and then continuously run again. Just watch your back at all times. And last but definitely not least, round number 30, Infused Fury. Defend the human infusion. So I was honestly expecting for there to be a round similar to the final step of the main Easter egg on this map, where the blackout collapse kind of closes in on you and makes you move around different areas of the map. That would have been more exciting than this defense round, similar to all the other defense rounds we already have in this gauntlet. So overall, this gauntlet isn't the most original, doesn't have too many unique challenges, and it's quite similar to previous gauntlets. But I honestly love the map Tagger Toten, and the side Easter eggs are always a blast to do, so I had no issue doing these in comparison to doing all the side Easter eggs on Dead of the Night's gauntlet, which could be quite dreadful. But at this point, congratulations, you've completed all 30 rounds of the Tagger Toten Gauntlet, known as an Ice Day in Hell, hopefully flawless like Quantum and I were. As far as I know, him and I were first in the world to getting a 2-player flawless completion on this gauntlet, and the reward for it is a really cool snowman sticker. There's no reward for getting all gauntlets done flawlessly. As you can see, I have that here in the main menu. Every single sticker for all of the gauntlets here in game. It's unknown as to whether or not the possible DLC 5 maps, the Victus remakes, will have gauntlets as well. You know, it's always possible, but as of right now, this could be the very last gauntlet guide that I do here on the channel. I've been one of the only people here on YouTube not only covering Black Ops 4, but also covering all of these gauntlets and doing guides for them. It's been an absolute honor and a blast burning through all of these with friends, even if some of them are harder than others. But that is about it. This has been DK Dynamite. Check all links down below in the description. I'll have a video coming out probably tomorrow addressing the new update to the final Dark Ops challenge, which replaced the Factions calling card that was data mined quite a few months ago. But really hope you've enjoyed. Peace out, everyone.